Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Listen, before I get started, have you subscribed to my YouTube channel yet? If not, please do. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button. Okay, now for the topic. Today we are going to have a heart-to-heart conversation about fitness for the woman over 50. That's right. Today's conversation is going to be all about getting started, setting realistic expectations, listening to your body, and just doing the hard things. So grab your coffee or tea and let's chat. So, the first topic we're going to talk about is getting started. That is the most common question that I get from women over 50 when it comes to their fitness journey. They tell me that they don't know how to start or what to do. That is the most common question. And so, my answer to that is the first thing you have to do is take action. You see, I think a lot of times we sit in the idea and the thought that, well, I don't know what to do and I don't know how to start, so I just won't do anything. So the first thing you need to do is take action. And that action is going to be to move your body. Because if you're not moving your body right now, then doing something is going to be better than not doing anything, if that is actually what you're doing right now. So, how do you start? What do? You take action. What does that look like? That could look like simply going for a daily walk. And when I say going for a daily walk, the next question I usually get is, well, how long should I walk? Well, let's start where you are and let's walk more than you're walking now. And that could look like walking for 10 minutes every day. That could look like walking for 30 minutes every day. But see, the key is to start where you are. So, walking is a really great place to start because it's accessible to most people. But again, walking is available to you, but in order for you to do that, you've got to take action. So, taking action is key. Most people can walk, it's accessible, but what happens if you cannot? Well, then that means that each person will have to find an accessible activity that they can do. For some, that might be swimming. For some, that could be getting on that stationary bike that's in the basement or in the garage that you haven't been on in a very long time. For some, it could be dusting off that gym membership that you have and going to get on the treadmill at the gym or walking around the indoor track at the gym. It just depends. But I'm telling you, don't sit there and say, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to start. You start by taking action. Do the most accessible activity that you can do on a consistent basis and just get started. All right. Now, once you get started, it's important to remain consistent and keep going. Then you need to have realistic expectations. I think setting unrealistic expectations is one of the main reasons that we don't continue our fitness journey, that we're not successful with our fitness journey. And we need to remember that change takes time. You see, once you take action, then you need to remain consistent and you need to allow change time to occur. So, setting realistic expectations is a great way to stay on track with your fitness journey. Let's give an example. Here's a realistic expectation. Let's say you start walking in March. So, a realistic expectation would be I started walking in March, and by May, I want to walk a 5K. That's 3.1 miles. Or I want to enter a 5K relay and walk that 5K. That's a realistic goal. An unrealistic goal, and this might seem far fetched, but just hear me out. An unrealistic goal would be I started walking in March and I want to run a marathon in September. That's a pretty unrealistic goal. Now, some people may be able to do that, but there's a lot of training and a lot of information and a lot of coaching that you would need in order to reach that particular goal. So, really, having a successful fitness journey is also dependent on setting realistic expectations. All right, the next topic in our heart to heart conversation about fitness for women over 50 is listening to your body. So, starting your fitness journey is so important as a woman over 50. And so, you also need to listen to your body in a couple of different ways. First off, when you get started, you might feel a little muscle soreness, and that's okay. It's when you feel pain that you need to step back and say, wait a minute, what's going on? Should I be feeling this? But muscle soreness is something that you should expect when you haven't moved your body for a while and all of a sudden you become more active. That's very normal to experience muscle soreness. Also, as a woman over 50, you probably won't be able to do some of the things that you did as a woman in your 20s. So you need to listen to your body. And it's also related to setting those realistic expectations, but you need to listen to your body. Know when your body likes a specific activity and when your body is saying, wait a minute, we might need a different option. It's important to be able to tell the difference between the two. Yes, you absolutely need challenge. I'm the first person to tell you to challenge yourself, and you need to do so gradually. So, if you think about the example of starting your walking, again, if you haven't walked in a long time, you're not going to go outside and walk 3 miles every single day. You're going to start where you are and work your way up to that goal of 3 miles. It can be done, it just won't be done all at one time. So, listening to your body is important to both know when to slow down and know when to push yourself. Now, here's what I've learned in working with many clients. Many of us will pull back when our bodies feel tired, and that's a good thing because as we get older, we do need more rest and recovery. That's true. However, many of us hesitate to listen to our bodies when we need to push a little more, when we need to walk a little faster, when we need to lift a little heavier. We tend not to challenge ourselves as much as we should. So I encourage you to listen to your body on both of those ends. One, when you need to rest and recover, and also two, when you need to push forward and challenge yourself. Speaking of challenge, our final topic is about doing the hard things. Listen, as women over 50, we know how to do hard things. But sometimes when it comes to our fitness journey, we choose not to do the hard things or we don't want to do the hard things. Give you an example. So, you spent a long day at work and you come home and you're tired, understandably. However, sometimes you have to do the hard things. So instead of putting off your workout for that evening, I encourage you to do the workout, to make sure you get that workout in, because often once you get started, that fatigue that you feel from a day at work, it really does go away. So give yourself the chance to do hard things for yourself. We do hard things for everybody else. We do hard things at our job. We do hard things for our family, for our friends. Sometimes we have to do hard things for us, and we reap the benefits for doing that. When we get stronger, when we move our bodies more, when we hold ourselves accountable for getting in our workouts, we reap the benefits on the other side. And that's important to remember because, ladies, your fitness journey is not always going to be easy. There are going to be some hard days in your fitness journey that you will have to push through. So I just encourage you to think about all of the things that you've done for other people that have been so difficult to do, and then do the same thing for yourself. All right. At the risk of sounding too preachy, I'm going to end this heart to heart talk about fitness for women over 50. However, if you've been having some challenging moments at starting your fitness journey, I hope that I've given you some things to consider, some things for you to think about that will help you move forward, get started, and keep going. And if you want to, let's go ahead and finish this conversation right in the comments. If you have any questions or you have any comments, please drop them below this video and I'll be sure to reply. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.